Good morning, College of the Atlantic. Today is Monday, February 15th. I am Abby St. Ange.
And I'm Josh Tohn.
And welcome to Windward News of Week 7.
This week's episode is sponsored by the New York Times. Corporate funded, corporate sponsored, corporate written, unbiased news. We've got some good events coming up this week, Abby. I'm seeing this Tuesday at 4:10 in the lecture hall, the Human Ecology Forum is presenting Laura Winslow, who's actually a COA alum. She graduated in 2003. And she's going to be talking about the underserved sector, small business, sustainability, and just kind of economics in Maine.
Wow, that sounds very interesting. I'll have to definitely get in on that.
Yeah, they always get really good people for the Human Ecology Forums.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can check that out, that's absolutely worth going to.
Also on Tuesday night at 7:30, there's the Poetry and Bumblebees. I would check this out, guys. It sounds pretty great.
Yeah, it's like a poetry slam, I guess, is what they're doing. I think Will Mason is organizing it through the Student Activities Committee.
Be sure to check that out, guys.
Yeah, that's in Turrets, right?
Yep.
Cool.
This week's Human Ecology Forum will be taking place on Friday at 4:10 with David Sloan Wilson, who will be discussing his work and the educational implications of new theories of evolution.
Yeah, so that's like a second Human Ecology Forum that they're doing in addition to the one with Laura Winslow on Tuesday. So you should go check out both of those. They should be really interesting.
Twice as good, guys.
Don't forget this week to go to ACM, which is our regular governance, which is from 1 to 2:30 in Gates, and there we make all sorts of important decisions regarding College of the Atlantic. And now they've included this new appreciation segment right at the beginning where people just say who or what they appreciate about on campus.
Josh, I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you, Abby, taking time out of your Sunday to join us. Also this Saturday at 7 p.m. in Gates, the comedic improv class is doing a performance and a benefit for Share the Harvest. And so this is the second performance that they're doing this term, which is pretty cool. They've been working on a bunch of stuff like musical improv and different forms of long form improv. Should be really good. And all the donations from it, it's a pay what you can donation at the door, raise money for the Share the Harvest program, which is like a food access program. And that's a really good cause, so you should come and support that and check out what should be a pretty good show.
Are you in that class, Josh?
I actually am, so...
So, guys, go see Josh.
Yeah,
It's all his show.
I'm pretty great. I am, without question, the best person in the class at everything forever and ever.
Just kidding, guys. You are awesome as well.
Up next is the latest edition of the comedic show Free Range Nonsense, written by Max Paris and produced by Rose Edwards and Josh Tohn.
And now, for the Free Range Nonsense Quidditch Spectacular. Everything has been leading up to this moment for our young Quidditch players, and they are so excited.
What are you doing?
Narrating. It is my job, you know.
Not now it isn't. I'm doing the announcing here, buddy. You just sit back and watch for now.
But...
my turn. Thanks for joining us on this perfect snow angel making day for the annual Let's Kick Harvard in the Butt Quidditch match. Oh my, look at my language. It's looking like it's going to be a good game. What do you think, Professor Desert?
Oh, I hate these games. On the pitch, the teams are assembling. Members of our home team, the College of the Atlantic Blackflies, are milling about in their traditional homemade uniforms of hemp and dried kale. The Harvard Harpies have also marched onto the field in their disturbingly well-matched crimson uniforms.
Meanwhile, on the pike...
Now, let's see what's happening on the pitch.
Yar mateys, the day has come again that we must face our foes in the sea of battle. We have our strength, our speed, and our courage. So when these pompous British bollock suckers try and board me ship, nay, our ship, we will turn them back and drive them to Jones's locker itself. So mateys, prepare yourselves. Look each other in the eye. And prepare each other. Now look at the sea dogs across this brazen battleground and stare down their souls. The time has come, so buckle your britches, boys, 'cause we're going to war.
Okay, team. This year, we're gonna rip these hippies apart. They, without a doubt, will beg for mercy. It's utterly shameful they've beaten us before. In fact, they probably cheated. But that matters not. What matters is that I've made a bet with the opposing team's captain, and I really don't want to lose any of my 7 yachts or my favorite cheetah skin recliner. We've trained our bodies with science and money, so no one could even stand up to us. This poor little school stands no chance of beating us. I would give us more of a pep talk, but I don't think we even need it to triumph over these Neanderthals. So let's get this over with quick and go home and cleanse ourselves of this filthy, rotten place.
Back in the announcing stand.
It looks like both teams are ready to play.
It seems that the Harvard Harpies are finally lined up. From left to right, that's the keeper Brutus, the wall, chasers Sebastian, Ferguson, and Sir Richard, who's the oldest player in the history of Quidditch, apparently even beating out our own Howdy. Blaine and Bruno
Those are the guys with the clubs.
are the beaters, and Chadwick Ambrose Griswold III is the seeker and captain of the Harvard team.
What? Sir Richard? They have an old guy too?
Don't worry. Age doesn't matter as long as the motor in your pants is still running.
Sorry, what?
You know, your legs.
And on the home side of the field, we have COA's keeper and captain, Roger, the twins, Horace and Horatio, and Howdy, the ace, as the chaser. Also on the field are Alex and Hunter as the beaters, and River as seeker. Oh no! It looks like River's just fainted!
Some students just can't take the pressure of upholding even a little decade-old tradition. I'm dropping her a letter grade next chance I get.
Oh no! She can't play in that state! We need to find a substitute so she can recover. Ryan!
Oh no!
You can be the seeker for this game. You just have to get the sock out of Leo's belt before Harvard's seeker does. Stitch!
What? You want me? But I've never even played Quidditch before.
You'll be fine.
Oh, alright. But only if it means I can stop wearing this god-awful mascot costume made of trash.
No time to change. The game is about to begin. They're about to release a snitch. Go, go!
The snitch is released and the game begins. Yay. Howdy seizes the quaffle and scores before Chadwick realizes the game has started. Oh, he's caught on now. I guess the Harvard life has left him soft.
Chadwick looks pretty mad.
Now Howdy's sauntering past Harvard Sir Richard. Looks like we have a rivalry, folks. A rivalry that's lasted longer than any other before it. And Ryan has already lost track of where the snitch has gone. The idiot.
Knowing Leo, she's probably in a tree or out in the ocean by now. This is certainly shaping up to be an interesting game.
Meanwhile, on the red bricks. Yes, finally snuck one in.
Man, I didn't think that Leo was actually that fast. Or maybe it's just that every time I try to move, this stupid costume keeps pricking me in 1,000 different places. Where did she go anyway?
I went through rigorous Harvard training just to go up against you? This will be like taking candy from a baby.
Well, I'm sorry that I didn't meet your Harvard opponent requirements. And I don't even want to be doing this. And you know, I've begun to ask myself how it is that every time I'm always...
I don't want to hear your excuses. The point is, you have no hope of beating me. You might as well call it a day and go home to take a shower for once in your life, because the chances of you catching the snitch are 0.
You know, that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna go change out of this stupid costume. See ya.
It doesn't matter how much you beg, I won't go... Oh, wait, what? Where are you going? Get back here. I wasn't done demoralizing you yet.
Back on the field.
That was the 5th goal made today by Howdy. He's on fire right now. And that puts the COA Harvard game at 7-1 with COA in the lead. Isn't this invigorating?
Yes, the vigor is certainly there.
Oh, Harvard has the ball now. And here comes Alex with her bludger.
By which we mean her sharpened non-violence protest sign.
It seems that she is throwing the bludger like a spear. And it has hit Ferguson. Ferguson now has to drop the quaffle and run back to his goal.
With a protest sign sticking out of his left shoulder.
Righty-o, Professor. If Ferguson does not take the bludger out of his shoulder now, the refs might disqualify him for carrying a bludger as a chaser. Oh, Horace has just picked up the quaffle. He's passing to Horatio, who passes back to Horace, who passes back to Horatio, who passes to Horace, who passes to Horatio.
Honestly, I'm surprised you can tell who's who. They are identical twins, after all.
The opponents seem confused, as they should be when faced up against the famous double twin pass. But wait! Suddenly the Quaffle has gone flying over to Howdy! He makes a sprint for the goal. The beaters would go to block him, but it seems that Hunter has hit them with his signature paralyzing bludgers.
They're poisonous blow darts.
It seems that it's all up to Brutus, Harvard's keeper, to defend now. Howdy has paused briefly to throw the keeper off pace. He follows with a feint that flows into a perfect spin, which he uses to make his famous spinning back hoop shot. Oh no, the ball is slightly off course. But what's this? Folks, I don't believe it. It's a goal! Howdy extended his spinning into a jump, which he then uses to do a mid-air horizontal kick, kicking the Quaffle straight through the left hoop. Truly a legendary move in the world of Quidditch!
It appears as though, during that last stunt, Howdy has thrown out his back. COA is calling a timeout to determine if Howdy will keep playing or not. This means there will be a short break in the announcing as well. Thank God. How do I turn this thing off?
Finally, a time for my interjection. The two teams huddle on the opposite ends of the field, and the Seekers, or at least Chadwick, returns to his team. They each sit in soft suspense, waiting for the possibly game-changing news.
Bad news, crew. It seems our old mate Howdy will not be returning to our field this game. He says it really hurts and he doesn't want to stress it. To make matters a little worse, the generator has just broken down, which means the magnetic field that slows the magnetically charged Quaffle down around our goalposts won't work. Also, our Seeker has gone missing and has not returned. It seems it's down to just us and our bare muscles. 'Tis a grave circumstance we find ourselves in, but we can still come out victorious through the power of sheer will and determination. Let us look back upon this day as the day we bared our teeth and bit off the serpent's head. Now let us fight!
3 minutes into the second half of the game.
Well, that's another goal for Harvard, and now we're at 16-8 with Harvard in an overwhelming lead.
But things could still turn around at any minute. Look, Horace just got the Quaffle, and, oh, it looks like Harvard's chaser Sebastian has just picked up Horace and thrown him through the center hoop along with the Quaffle.
It looks like the refs have ruled that as a legitimate goal. And still no sign of our snitch. This game may never come to a close.
You may have spoken too soon, Professor. Look!
I don't believe this.
It seems that COA's Seeker Ryan is returning to the field with the snitch in hand.
Blow the final whistle because the game has finally ended. I'm going home now.
The game has ended. The score is COA 11, Harvard 17. It looks like this year's game is finally going to Harvard.
Ha! We won! We finally won! I mean, I knew we would win. Hey, COA, did you really think you could beat us with all your cheap tricks? We will always be victorious when it comes to competition between you and us.
Damn you! If our best mate Howdy hadn't been injured, we would have left you in the dust like in the first half.
Hardly. We let you get a head start on purpose for the same reason I let that wimp catch the snitch.
Hey!
Because we felt pity for how badly you would lose.
You said that you were lost and were begging me to lead you back to the field because you were so scared about 5 minutes ago.
What? I would never stoop to such a level. Never!
That's a rich person for you. Nothing but bureaucratic denial.
I can't stand you people any longer. We're taking our trophy and my betting prize and leave...
Stop the presses! I always wanted to say that. I've just got news in that Harvard's points are being deducted. It appears that Sir Richard's broomstick was over the weight and size limit for Quidditch standards. So all points scored by Sir Richard no longer count.
What?
That brings the score to 11-5 in COA's favor.
No.
This year's victory goes to College of the Atlantic.
No! But what about the maiming and the paralyzing? They cheated way more than us.
So you admit that you're a dirty cheater?
What? No, I mean, not as much as you. I'll have my vengeance, mark my words. And that bet is off. I'll never give you my cheetah skin recliner.
Did you just say cheetah skin recliner? You demonic cheetah murdering pig! I'm gonna rip your brains out through your eye holes and then shove them up your nose! And then I'm gonna pluck all your eyelashes out! I will avenge all the innocent animals you have wronged! Come here, you bastard!
And so the sun sets on another wonderful day on the CAA campus. Students stand around joyously watching as Alex begins using a nonviolent communications textbook to hatchet off Chadwick's left arm. Howdy and Sir Richard shake hands, promising to see each other again on the field next year. But one thing still lingers on the tip of Roger's tongue.
Hey, Leo.
Yes, Roger?
How did Ryan get the snitch off of you?
Hey, have a little faith. I have some athletic capabilities when I want to.
He said please.
What?
Well, after a while of running, I got kind of lonely. So I went where I always go to be lonely, the big stall in the boys' bathroom in arts and science.
I'm not really following you here. Why the boys' bathroom? You are a girl, right?
Don't ask. I already tried. But I was really surprised when she suddenly busted through the stall door.
Okay, but then how did you get the snitch?
He said please.
So he asked you nicely?
Yes.
And you just gave it to him?
Yes.
We are going to have to review how Quidditch works tomorrow at practice.
No, don't teach her that. Then I might actually have to try. Roger!
That's the end to another exhilarating episode of Free Range Nonsense. Tune in next time for more nonsensical adventures at College of the Atlantic.
And thanks for listening to the most recent edition of Free Range Nonsense. This week's episode of Free Range Nonsense is voiced by Aspen Budd, Austin Ogofa, Amber Wolf, Jonathan Harmer, Jeremiah Kimberly, Josh Tohn, Rose Edwards, and Laura Montanari.
As always, thank you, listeners, for listening to Windward News. If you would like to send us anything like cookies, cakes, postcards, feel free to do so. We would enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm always down to get some free cookies in the mail.
Yeah, me as well. I'm gluten-free, by the way.
So, I'm not. Send me flour, just a bag of flour. As always, this episode is produced by Josh Tohn, that's me, and edited by also myself.
This is his show, guys.
Pretty much. It's just so I can hear myself. It is published by Maximum Tone Records and recorded in the College of the Atlantic Recording Studios. I'm Josh Tohn.
And I'm Abby St. Ange. Thanks for listening.
Have a great week.